So now we're here to help you understand what Zazzle is all about, and then also figure out if this is something that you want to do in your business. And so we're so excited. And if it is something that you want to do in your business, then you can join us for this masterclass where we are going to talk to you about the 3 secrets that we use as insiders to become successful on Zazzle. And you can take those home with you and start implementing things right away. We're also going to give you a lot of examples of like people that have been able to be successful besides ourselves. And that's the real point here, is it's a bit of a proof to show you what is going on in terms of this world of Zazzle, which not too many people know about. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Who do we have on? We have about 10 people on. Well, in the group chat, if you're on Zoom, just say hi and tell us what your name is so we can give you a shout out and where you're from. And then also in the on the YouTube site, if that's where you are on YouTube, then put in the chat and say hi and where you're from, because this is an interactive session. We are here not just to talk to you, we're here to, hello, Norma's here from Maine. And you've already signed up for our courses. Fantastic. Well, that is the point. Today we're doing a masterclass, and then we are also going to offer you some opportunities to continue to learn with us. And that's very important, because this masterclass, as heavy duty as it is in terms of information, is not going to give you the quick get-rich-quick scheme results that you're expecting. If that's what it is, then don't even keep watching. This is a long-term, viable, sustainable, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not even, it's consistent and it's predictable if you create a business strategy that works for you. And we've been doing this for the last 10 years. That's how we've managed to make over $1 million, actually 1.2 million between us and counting. And so we're still active designers on Zazzle, and we are here to showcase not only the course members, but also to give you the idea as to how you can get started and get to that point where you can say to people, oh yeah, I've been on Zazzle for over 5 years and that's my full-time business. And that's how I make a living and support myself and do the things that I love doing, right? Okay, so we've also got Ali from Kentucky, Deborah from Illinois, awesome, Liz from New York, love New York, need to get to Kentucky and Illinois, they're beautiful too. Oh, geez. Oh, and Arizona, Anne is from Arizona, welcome. Veronica from Moscow, RF, what's RF? I'm not sure, but I don't know if we're talking Moscow in Moscow in Russia, which is Russia. RF, yes, Russian Federation. That's new, right? Okay, fantastic. Oh my gosh, Veronica, well, welcome, and thank you so much for watching, even though it's a different time zone. Okay, so we're going to get started now that we've got all the tech going, and I'm going to switch the screen so that you're going to see a live presentation, and we'll get going. And we do have a Q&A at the end, and I know I'm going to talk about it in the slideshow, but I want to make sure we're going to do so much fun stuff. We're first of all going to have bonuses that we're going to give away at the end. And we're like, if you do something, right, I'm going to give you a free, quick way to earn money fast on Zazzle, which you're going to get right away as soon as we start, after I sort of put in start the slides. And we're also going to do a Q&A at the end. So if you stay to the end, there's lots of things to do for you to help interact, or to be able to interact with us. And we're here to help you. And that's the main goal of today's session. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to switch to the slide share. And hopefully, let me double check that I'm on the right spot when you first.
If anybody has a pressing question that they want for the Q&A at the end of the masterclass session, then there is a section on Zoom where you can put in a question in the Q&A box, or write in the chat, and you can put in a question right before your question, and then that way I can get all of them together so that at the end of the session we can answer your questions. And if there's a question that I can answer easily, then I'll be on the chat in the back end here while my mom Elke is doing the presentation. So I will be online talking to all of you.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, so that we don't miss anything. And if you have any questions, yes, definitely put them in the chat, but help Jennifer so that she knows exactly where to figure out what to do with the question, or with the comments so that I can address them after in the Q&A for sure. And we're also going to do some interactive stuff in the chat. So we're going to make sure that you understand how this works either on, well, YouTube is pretty obvious, but here in the Zoom chat, you can go to what's called the Q&A at the bottom, or sorry, the chat little box at the bottom, if you hover over your screen, so that you can put something in the panel and we can see it so that we know what your answers are, so we can modify our talk accordingly and address things that you might want to have more detail on. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start the screen share, and we're going to just go over here, and we're going to go like this so I can see things and go play. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the live masterclass for Zazzle Designers. And we're talking today about the 3 insider secrets, and I'm actually going to move it a little bit so that Jen's off screen so it's not so distracting. 3 insider secrets to a successful online Zazzle business. How to build and grow and maintain a prosperous e-commerce Zazzle business without a business degree, which is tough, right? If you're a creative, you've been doing everything creative. How do you know anything about business? Plus, you don't want that constant overwhelm and the fear of not knowing what to do next that actually will make you successful on Zazzle. So that's what we're going to really dive into deep here in this particular masterclass. And of course, your hosts are myself, Elke Clarke, and Jen Clarke, who both of us are Zazzle designers, and we have well, we are called ProDesigners, if that makes any sense to you right now, but it means just a level of designers that are like levels that designers have gotten to in terms of their earnings. And I've reached the top level, and Jennifer's not far behind. So that's fantastic. So now in this particular masterclass, I'm going to show you how you can switch from feeling that overwhelm about making money online and feeling lost about what to do next, right? Creating a profitable business. That's what you want to do. You want to have a profitable business on Zazzle. Now, if you've been on Zazzle already and you know what that's all about and you're struggling, this is going to be perfect for you. And if you don't know what Zazzle is, but you want to get into Zazzle, then you know right from the get-go that it's not that easy right to start with. But if you have a strategic plan and you have some help along the way, then you can start to build a successful Zazzle business. All right. And I said, if you stay till the end, I was going to give away some bonuses. This is like, it says number 1, bonus number 1. There's actually 2. So the first thing is, what would you say if you, like, are you a photographer or are you an artist? And what would you say if I gave you my top 10 popular Zazzle products for photographers and my top 10 Zazzle products for artists? Now, what does that mean? It means that it's the product types that you should have in your store so that you can, with your beautiful photography and artwork on it, that you can then have a better chance of selling than other products, right? Because Zazzle has thousands and thousands of products. So that's bonus number 1. And I'll tell you how you can get that if you stay till the end. Excuse me. And then bonus number 2 is finding like my tutorial. It's an extensive tutorial. It's about 20 minutes long, and it shows you how to find popular niches on Zazzle. Again, would you like that? Stay to the end, and so you can find out exactly what that's all about and how you can get it. Okay, really, really, really carefully understand this point, because so many people do multitasking. Oh yeah, I can actually check out this while I'm doing that. Please turn off all your distractions, your devices, your other browser windows that are open, your phone, put it on silence. Take care to make sure that you move into a room where it's very quiet so you can hear and see everything that I present here, because it's value packed. Actually, like I didn't get a workbook for you this time because actually the workbooks are distracting. I want you to take notes because in your own way, so that you're not just filling out a workbook. I want you to get as much information down as possible here, because it's action packed, full of things that you can do right away and take home after you finish this masterclass. Okay, and I did promise you some Q&A at the end, and that's what we'll do. We'll go longer if there are questions, but 20 minutes at least to take care of questions. Okay, now I also said that we'll do something fun to start with, just to get you in the, the feeling and the groove. that Zazzle is actually easy, and I'm going to help you feel liberated that you can 5 times your income. How can we do that in 30 minutes? Well, I want you to join me, not now. This is like a virtual join later, but I want you to do this one simple thing that you can do in 30 minutes. All right. So I've got on the left-hand side a screenshot of one of my emails that I get from Zazzle. As an associate, you signed up for Zazzle, right? And if you haven't, maybe you've signed up to buy something from Zazzle, so you get these emails all the time. Hey, what's on sale, right? And so in this particular one, there's all kinds of stuff on sale. Stickers for envelopes, return address labels, there's banners. I think that's a banner. There's a sticker, magnets. There's stickers for wine bottles. There's return address stamps. There's notepads. So tons of products right there that you can see that Zazzle offers. Now, the email posting party that I want you to be part of is to take, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you to find a Zazzle email that you get. Then I'm going to ask you to pick 5 products. And sometimes it's in a banner like this. Sometimes they showcase a whole bunch of different sections. And so you have a lot to choose from. There's no excuse. You definitely can pick 5 products. And on those 5 products, decide what design you're going to put on there. Are you going to put on something that you already know and have in your store, or are you going to put something new on? And there's 2 options here. If you have that design already on one of the products that you pick, then you're obviously not going to put that design on the same product again. So then you would keep looking through an email until you find a product that you don't have in your store that design can go on to. But if you are, happy putting more designs, you have more new designs that you're ready to put on products that you found, then put those new designs on 5 products. Easy, simple. And you know what? First of all, if you say, Elke, I don't know how to put products up on Zazzle, I don't even have a store, I've got you covered. We are going to talk all about that in the presentation, as well as give you options as to how you can very easily, within 2 weeks, be up, well, not even 2 weeks, in the first couple of hours, you can be up and running with a Zazzle store, and you can know how to post these products. All right. Okay. And what's going to happen after you post them? Well, it's kind of obvious. You're going to have 5 more chances to make a sale. That's easy. And it takes away the overwhelm of figuring out what it is, which of the thousands of products that Zazzle has that you need to make. It takes away the overwhelm of what kind of color scheme. Look, it's all burgundy, and it's Thanksgiving, and it's just burgundy gold. So rustic. You have now niches, color schemes, product types. All you need to do is add a design that suits that niche color scheme and those products. Isn't that fantastic? So now, do you think that that's already valuable? Wait till you see the rest of the presentation. I'm so excited to get going with that. Okay, so remember, this is what I'm going to do for you today in this presentation. I'm going to show you how you can switch from feeling overwhelmed about making money online. And guess what? Oh, I forgot to even ask, who's going to be part of this? Are you going to be part of this? Say yes, because
Liz asked 5 different products, 5 different designs on 5 products, or 5 products with the same design.
Either way, just do 5, anything, any combination of those. And who's in with me? And who's ready to tell me that later when you post it on the my Facebook page and say, Elke, I did it 5 times. I made 5 more products I didn't know I should make. And you wouldn't believe how many people, well, you should believe, because it happens all the time in my courses members when we do this exercise, and they go, I would have never made this if you hadn't told me, and now I just sold this many of it. And it's just fantastic. And so now I'm giving this as a trick to you. It's my way to ask you to be part of my posting party. 30 minutes, that's all you need, and pick 5 products and do any of those combinations. Okay, how many people have said yes?
Lots. When Norma, Ann, Deborah, Liz, Ali, Paul and Cassie.
Fantastic.
Troy.
Fantastic. Okay.
Donna.
Everyone's saying yes. Awesome. Okay, so now we continue. So I'm going to talk to you now for the rest of this presentation about, well, basically I'm going to show you, not just talk to you, how you can switch from feeling overwhelmed about making money online and feeling lost about what you should be doing to make that Zazzle business of yours profitable, to own a thriving Zazzle business, right? We have to remember that it's a business, right? Okay, so why are you here? Because I don't want to waste your time. So I'm going to do a little fun quiz, and I want you to pick one of these reasons or all three as to why you want more information about what this is all about and why you're here to listen to us today. First reason could be that you're excited about creating a Zazzle business where you can earn money with your creativity. That's what I started with. Reason number two, you're motivated to leave behind the job that you're doing now to make money doing what you love. So, as I'm reading these, which one resonates with you the most? And reason number three, you're intrigued by the idea that your life can be transformed by turning your side hustle into your full-time Zazzle business. So, which one is it? Which number are you most excited about and want? Like, why are you here? Are you excited about the earning potential? That's number one. Number two, leave behind your job to do what you love. Number three, intrigued that Zazzle could be your full-time business, like Jennifer and I, and some other people that are in our course members area already. So tell me some numbers.
So we've got three, all three, 1 and 3, all of them, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, number 1, number 2.
There's obviously no wrong answer, but the more that you have in terms of the numbers, then the more invested you are already, not just to watch this the masterclass, but that you need the drive and dedication in order to make this work. You're going to also need the tools and the step-by-step plan, but first it's you. You have to have a reason, and that's so fantastic that everyone has been listing their reasons so that you're really nailing it down. Okay, so but whatever your motivation is, I'm here to fully support you. And I wrote down I fully support you because I want to say this personally, but here's Jen. She also fully supports you. We are a team, and there's a lot of course members that support each other in our members group, in our private Facebook groups, and in our, it's just fantastic because it's not that easy as an entrepreneur and a creative to be online all by yourself on your computer at home and to get that motivational support, right? So let's talk a little bit more now about who we are. Well, you'll see here a picture on the left, Jennifer and I. We are people who are very creative, who started out trying to figure out where to make money online, and we came across Zazzle. I came across it first, and then Jennifer started saying, hey, this looks cool. I'm gonna quit my university degree. Seriously, this is what she did. And I'm going to join you because this works better for me. I can work alone, on my, in my home rather than in a business and corporate setting, because she was studying to do an MBA. And she could travel and she could work when she wanted to. And so that was fantastic. And I did the same. I wanted something where I could stay at home with my kids. Obviously, when I started this 10 years ago, my kids were still in school and younger and needed some support. And it just felt great to be able to be home and nurturing the kids. And obviously they turned out okay too, didn't they? But anyway, and also I thought later on, after I'm done and I've made this huge career shift, because I was in the pharmaceutical industry, and they basically said, well, good luck trying to get back in. And it's like, that scared the heck out of me, because I thought, what am I going to do after I've taken care of the kids, which meant so much to me to be home with my family? What was I going to do after, when I wanted to go back into the workforce, and I would be kind of, out of the sync of things, right? And so I realized that I needed to create a business for myself so that I would have income and support after the main focus, which was the family, was finished, right? Obviously they don't need that much help anymore. And so this was fantastic. And then what happened was the two of us kept earning on Zazzle, and it really truly became a dream come true, and our lives have been completely transformed now. We We don't worry about going to work every day, 9 to 5. We travel when we want to. That picture of us there on the left is when we were in Mallorca. And then these two pictures on the right are just examples of what's happening now. We are now giving back, and we are helping other Zazzle designers to make money on Zazzle in various different ways. These two are from our recent Mallorcan workshop. And so we teach people online with online courses, as well as training in person, which is fantastic. Okay, and as I said before, we have been so successful on Zazzle that combined we have earned over $1.2 million. That's take home. That's not revenue that we've sold. That's our take home. Zazzle has literally sent that money to us. And as I said, our lives have been transformed. We have time freedom to be on a call like this with you right now. Instead, like, we're still making Zazzle earnings. Emails are coming through right now, and we can do this from anywhere, whether we want to travel or we want to be home. Awesome, right? And financial freedom, because as I said, now that I'm finished doing my mom role, my mom's stint. I'm still a mom, but I have more time on my hands, and I'm so glad that I have a business that's established, that's doing really well for me, and I can have the time freedom to still, go and visit them because they're all over the world. And the giving back now and helping others is really great. And that's also something that I've always wanted to do, but never had the finances. But now with my Zazzle earnings, I can do that. All right, so let's move into the presentation now that you know all about us. And we can start with secret number 1. And I remember I said 3 secrets. So I'm going to go through the 3 secrets and give them to you and help you out. Okay, secret number 1, it's a business, not a hobby. And it's a mindset shift. If it's a hobby, then you'll get to it and you'll, just work on it when you get a chance. Or you'll make decisions based on the fact that you're just having fun playing on Zazzle, right? Instead of saying, I have to do this right now so that I can produce my 5 products, which I told you about, now in 30 minutes, because Elke said that we should do that. And by the way, that little exercise, do it once a week. All of a sudden, what do you have at the end of a month? 20 products. And they're very intentional products because you figured out a color scheme, you figured out a niche, you figured out the product types that Zazzle's promoting. And if you're posting products right as Zazzle is promoting them, then you'll be in the new, like, your products will be in that new feed, and all of a sudden you might get like one of these like one-off sales. I've had that happen so many times with course members where we've done the exercise and they say, I can't believe it. I only posted this product yesterday and it's already sold. And it's like, believe it, believe it. Okay, so let's talk about some more ways that you can be professional and be successful as a business owner of your Zazzle business. And here, I keep saying business, business, business. I don't say store, I say business, because you own that store and whatever other stores you make up on Zazzle. And for anyone, does anyone post in the chat and ask, just tell me, are you brand new? Do you not know what Zazzle is? Or is everyone who's on at least already familiar with Zazzle and has posted something on Zazzle? Because I'll tailor my talk differently. And then while we're waiting for that, I'm going to move into this first part, which is really cool. So you're checking both comments out? Okay, so everybody has a store as far as I can see.
Yeah, Norma says, I already have a store. Philip says, been on Zazzle for a while. Cassie says, oops, everyone tells me it's a hobby. I guess I need to treat it as a business. But she just joined the new promoter program so she can earn more royalties. Then Deb says, I'm starting to build my store. Deborah.
Awesome. Everyone, there's nobody here who doesn't know what Zazzle is, so I can skip that because we can get into more meat and interesting things rather than just spending time on the overview of what Zazzle is. Okay, so this is the first page that I want to talk about. What are these things that I'm showing here? Well, they're all designers who have been in my course and still are, who have gone to ask to be featured on the Zazzle blog. And that's promotion. and it's treating your business as a business, right? And when you do that, you also, a lot of things happen. You have to create a nice logo. You have to have something to say. You have to have some nice products that people want, right? So even but just by making that step to say, hi, I'm a Zazzle designer. I want to be featured on the blog post. And you can do that too. So that's why I'm saying all of these are action steps you can do right now. But you have to have certain things ready, right? Because you're gonna, when you get featured, you want to look good. And so look at all of these designers who all have really nice logos. And then when you go and read anything about them, they've got some nice products that they have links to in their store. And that's part of what happens when there's a featured designer, like a designer moment article. Just go to look at the format. They answer a couple of questions. How did you get started? What do you like about Zazzle? What kind of tips can you give other people? And stuff like that. But in the meantime, you're on the internet, not just on Zazzle, because people can search for this. And then you can use this as a way to continue to promote your business on other external media, like social media or your website or email campaigns. It's something that shows that you are getting to that next level of treating it as a business and using what Zazzle actually has right there for you as ways for you to get promotion. Okay, what about this? Would you like it if, just like some of our course members, you get your product featured on the banner of the Zazzle homepage? Isn't that exciting? I've whited out the person here because they've asked me to, but this is fantastic, isn't it? So this is only one of many examples of course members who have had their products featured on the, and actually I said top picks because I saw top picks, but this is actually right on the banner. Then there's also people who are in the top picks, so which is right below the banner. And in this case, it's under the pillow section that the designer who's in our courses, also in our course, sorry, is also featured with their product. And it's exciting. It happens all the time. And why does it happen all the time? Well, because they're no longer treating their business as, or the Zazzle store as a hobby. They're treating it as a business. And the reason for that is that they have, in this case, because Zazzle has actually chosen their design, then what they've done is come up with unique and interesting designs that are in line with Zazzle marketing. Right? The reason that this blue one was chosen was because this blue color was what Zazzle wanted to do. Everything in there is blue. And so, and this particular shade of blue was something that was very popular. So you have to treat your business as a Zazzle store as a business and create products that are actually trending in terms of their color ways. And also the pillow that's featured right now, that had something to do with how, you know, something to do with engagement, some fun text. And then she made up a really great design that was so unique that Zazzle just had to post it up as the image that goes on the pillows section that they wanted to feature. They could have picked any pillow, but they picked one of our course members' products. Okay, also, this happens also in the emails. So I told you to do that exercise with our 30-minute posting party, but then one of these days, what's gonna happen is your product's gonna be there and you're gonna go, what? And so of course that happened with our course member. And so we right away also, we support our course members. So what we did after we saw that, because we do this email exercise all the time. And so when we saw that one of our course members' products was up on one of the emails, which was very recent, we just went onto Instagram. We said, love this, congrats to Orchard Berry course member. She's been promoted on the Zazzle email. And then Zazzle liked it. So you're just getting so much promotion if you are treating your store as a business. And in this case, again, she had to have made products that were something that Zazzle wanted to promote. And we teach that in the course as to how you can figure that out if you don't just use my little email trick, okay? And so next, how about this? Again, this is something called Inspiration Gallery. It has to do with Instagram. So if you want to take your business to the next level, you've got to start training yourself. You have to start teaching yourself how to do things. And most of the time, what we hear as a comment is, oh my gosh, I can't do promotion. I'm terrible at promotion. I won't be able to do well on Zazzle. And I'm here to say, no. We teach you how to do that in the course. And also, we teach course members who are very uncomfortable with promotion how they can do it without selling and feeling salesy. And one of the ways is the Inspiration Gallery, which is a fantastic thing because you're promoted on Zazzle constantly, and you're also promoted on Instagram, on their Zazzle Instagram site or account, and it just keeps going, right? One post on Instagram with a hashtag of Zazzle made. I forgot to actually add that in the slide there, so you can just put it in the chat, and voila, LD Design Loft got chosen, and so the hubby and wifey mug is forever and ever on the Inspiration Gallery. That's always posted under certain things wherever Zazzle wants to post it, on product pages, on home pages, on landing pages. And this is what you can do as a business to elevate yourself and do this promotion without really doing much promotion. You're not sitting there going, buy my mug, buy this other one too. No. You're just doing it in a very clever and elegant and professional way because you're treating your Zazzle store as a business. All right, so how are we doing with questions and comments? Because I have more to share. This is only secret number 1. Okay, so if we can keep going, Success is also something that is shared by doing referrals. And again, this is promotion, but again, our course members are figuring out how to do this because we teach them. And now they're doing things like winning stuff. In this case, La Belle Rue has actually won several times the Zazzle referral contest. And it's so fantastic. This one, she's featured in December, and she's been featured a couple of other times where they didn't make such a big splash about it. So unfortunately, it's not as fun to showcase that, obviously. But she's actually been featured a couple of times because she's won a couple of times. And this is not the only person in our course members, of our course members that have been winners. And what does a referral contest mean? It means that you are doing a really great job of promotion and you're actually earning 15% of the whatever it is that you sell when you bring customers to Zazzle. Wouldn't you like to do that? Okay, what about course member? Would you like to be in the top Zazzle products? And members products are in the top Zazzle. I made a spelling mistake, but it's okay. You get the idea. When you go onto the homepage and you go down and it says trending, and then you click on trending, you see bestsellers. And that's a list of what's the best-selling products that are now featured on Zazzle or like selling right now at this point in time, depending on how you do the sort. And in this case, this was like this past Christmas. And obviously ornaments were trending. There's a couple of them, and there's Christmas cards with little cute images of Christmassy themes on it. So obviously things were trending that was Christmassy. And one of our course members was in the top 6 because she took our course and knew what she needed to do in order to create a best-selling product. So I've just listed 7 ways that you can elevate your hobby to your business and take advantage of it. Just because you decided, oh, I'm going to do better at designing, I'm going to do better at promotion, I'm going to do better at branding and taking care of to make my store and my products look professional. And so which one of these is your first challenge that you're going to take? Which of these is your number? Are you going to be aiming for being featured on the blog? That's an easy one, actually, to tell you the truth. Are you going to aim to be featured on the homepage? That's number 2. How about featured on the Zazzle homepage as a top pick? That's easier to do, but I would rather have the banner, really. What about being featured on a Zazzle email or featured on an inspiration gallery? So that's number 5. How about being a winner of the referral contest on Zazzle? How about having a top selling product? That would be really cool, right? So I'm sure everyone's going to pick 7, but what about you? What about you? What do you feel like is possible for you? None of the course members that we have in our courses right now started the course thinking they could achieve all these things. That's why when we are in the Facebook group, in the private Facebook group, we get these comments all the time about, oh my gosh, I can't believe what just happened. I was featured on the blog. Well, they know about the blog, but the homepage banner, the top picks, I got put in an email, my product got put in an email. Inspiration Gallery, you can control, but you still have to get Zazzle to pick your product or your post. And then the other one, referral winner, that's a cool one. Top selling product, I love that because that means that I'm selling as much as I possibly can on Zazzle with my product, right? If I'm one of the top sellers, it means dollar-wise, I'm beating out all those other people that have billions of products on Zazzle. Okay, so which ones are we getting the most numbers for?
We've got 2, 3, 6, 5 or 6. Then Norma says I'm going to go in order, 1 to 7, one at a time. Erica says she was already featured. Erica's one of our course members. She said, I was already featured on the first 3, but I'm shooting for 7. And
fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And as you can see, one of our course members. Yes, I didn't actually use that one, but yes, I remember that one, Erica. That was fantastic. Okay, so now you've learned a lot already just by having me tell you about that one secret. Now we have 2 more to go. So what's the secret? The second secret, pounce on what works. Okay, pounce on what works is really interesting because this is what I say to my private Facebook members in my mentoring group. Pounce on what works. What does it mean by pounce, right? You're like a cougar and you're ready for prey. And I was like, whoo, pounce. And it's the best word to describe it. It sounds a little bit weird or odd, but it's the best way to describe it because it shows you, like it gives you almost like energy. I get goosebumps when I say it because it means a lot to me, and I'll share with you what it should mean to you. And what it means is that like let's go through the process, for example. Let's just start and I'll tell you more about what pounce really means and what you should be doing as well. Okay, so when you make a product sale, you can celebrate, right? Like I'm not a big drinker, but others do. They crack open a bottle of wine. There's like, yes, I finally got a sale. And then of course, once you get that first sale, then afterwards, you can, you're going to celebrate when you get 2 sales, and then you're going to celebrate when you get sales every day, and then you're going to celebrate when you get so many sales that you get a paycheck every month, and then it keeps going, right? So there's always these wonderful levels where you can celebrate. I like to do a happy dance. What do you do? Like, and also I tell my family and friends, although they go, yeah, Elke. But it's like, here, look at my email. Look what I just sold. You're like, it's just amazing. I just made this while I'm talking to you. And then you can post it on Facebook or Instagram. What do you feel like is the way that you would celebrate, or would you do all 3? So list in this chat 1, 2, or 3, and tell me what you think. Jennifer's just left the building for a minute, so let me see what's going to come through. Type it in, anyone, because I want you to, this is part of the whole business, right? You have to celebrate small moments in order for you to be there for the long run, right? Because it's not, I'm here to make it fun, but I'm not ever going to say it's easy. I'm going to say it's easier than certain other things, but it's never easy. You always have to do things to make sure that you are always running a business and that you stay in there for the long haul, because the worst thing you can do is quit. And of course you won't make any money. That's the only proven way that you will not make money is if you quit. But there's days where you'll be really disappointed, and you'll say, and then when the sale comes through, you have to use that sale as a way to motivate you and to feel good about what's going on. Because even despite everything, like you can have a really bad day, Zazzle might be having some technical glitches, you might have some other stuff going on in your life, so all of a sudden it's like 3 weeks later and you haven't done any work on Zazzle and you're beating yourself up. All of these things are issues, and they're in the mindset. So when you make a sale, the first thing you should do is do one of these things, because that's changing your mindset. It's always reaffirming what it is that you are going to benefit from when there's a sale. And let's see, what are we getting in terms of numbers? Oh, okay, everyone just loves it. Oh, no, 3 and
One,
1, 2,
three,
and 3.
two.
We don't have too many people who are going to do this. So guess what? That means to me that you don't feel like you're going to be able to make sales. I'm here to tell you that's wrong. I'm going to give you everything possible to support you, to help you make sales. And actually I didn't get a chance to put it in, but the best thing ever is this one lady who just recently joined, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek as to what's going on. We're in the course. I make people do a 50, well, maybe I won't say it, but there was a product a design that I made people do in the course. And they said, well, that's like, I don't do that. It's like, just trust me, you're just doing it as an exercise. And even if you don't even put it in your store as a real sellable object, like if you do a separate store just to do the course, to just try it out and get the practice that you need to do really well in terms of posting products that sell, do that. And then she sends me an email last night and she says, Elke, I can't believe it. My product is being featured in a Zazzle ad on this football site that she was on. And it's the one product that she said, I don't know if I feel comfortable making this. But after she made it, now she's excited. Now she's going to go make more products. So anything possible to keep your mood up, to make you happy, is really important. Now, this is fun, and it's a huge component. Really, it is. I make light of it, but it's a huge component. Now, but what else can you get from when you make a product sale? Well, it's your clue. It's your clue. It's your only clue, because everything else is speculation, right? You go to the homepage and you say, okay, these things are being featured. Maybe they sell, maybe they don't. The being in the top trending products list, that's a given. Those are the sellers. But everything else is wonderful, but you never really know if that equates to dollars. Whereas when you sell something, that's $1. And you're here to make money to basically support well, not just basically, you're here to make money to support you, and so that you can do the things that you love and have the freedom and time, the freedom with time, location, and finances to actually do what you want to do and make money doing it, okay? So here is, like, when you make a sale, then it's a clue. It's a clue that says that actually works on Zazzle. So you might have posted up 10 photographs on products. One of the photographs sells. So then all of a sudden you say, hey, that was a product, a picture of New York City. And I will post more pictures of New York City. That's my clue. I'm going to stop posting pictures of the Grand Canyon, which is kind of obvious. It probably would sell anyway, but do you see what I mean? So you say, what is it that just happened out of the things I just did? And now this sold. And then the second clue is, when did it sell? Did it sell when it was the right time for it to sell, or was it like a fluke? And because if it's something that's seasonal, like a Christmas card, and it's selling in May, then why are those people buying that Christmas card now? And you've got a couple of options. You can say, hey, it's because someone's really prepared. Other times it might be that they're buying the card for another reason, depending on what the design is. But the other way, the reason that they might be buying it is just that the universe is telling you this is going to be a popular seller, because someone, without it being promoted in any way, and it's even the wrong season, someone found it and they wanted it. And so that means that when it comes to that season, in this case, this example was with a Christmas card, then you have a really good chance of selling that card at Christmas. So what do? Well, then you have to do, let me just double check to make sure. Yep. So then what you have to do is the following list, right? You can make more products. You can make matching products. You can make different color options, and you can make put your design on products in a way that actually addresses other niches. So there's all these examples. I started with the photograph of New York. Well, the product types, you put it on different product types. That's the given there. It's so easy, right? You just think about it and say, that's it. But what about matching products? Well, if they sold it, if the person bought it as a calendar, maybe they'd like it as a notepad. And if there's different color options, then maybe you've got some text with that, and you've got some writing, because I should have also said different text options as well. Then you can do it in a different color, the text, or you can do it in a different font, or you can do it as a different saying with your calendar. The same pictures, right? Then what about different niches? Well, this one's a little bit more difficult with a picture, but if you had some artwork and you said, okay, well, it's going to definitely be in the artwork niche, but is it going to also be a possibility just to be in the business niche? Yes, it could be. And actually the photography could be in that niche as well, so that you can transfer everything to a business niche. Okay, does that make sense? Because this is huge. I'm going to leave this slide on. You might even want to take a screen share and keep that one, because this is gold. That's why there's a big light bulb there. It's like, aha, I get it. Now, if you're saying, I get it, and this is what I need to do, but I don't know how to do this, and give me some help, please, then we're here to support you. And I will give you more information about that afterwards as we get through the masterclass. Okay, so you may or may not have heard about Brandon's story. He is one of my students who started in the course 2 years ago. And he did all 4 of those. When he first started, he started with a brand new store. He was struggling on Zazzle for 5 years. He'd made only $2,500 in the total time that he'd been on, and for 5 years. And he's a photographer. He did a lot of stock photography. And now he said, okay, that's it. I'm going to take Elke's course and I'm going to make this work for me. And so he started 2 years ago. And in the first month, he made like 1 or 2 sales because he followed everything. And then as soon as he made the sales, then he did that strategy, which I'm telling you here for free. And so, but you need to know more about it as to how to implement it, not just what to do, so that you can see the same type of income that Brandon saw. And this is a bar chart. Some people may not be too keen on graphs and understand this, but there's the orange arrow, or the coral arrow, shows you exactly what you need to know. Is he started slow, but once he made all those 4 types of pounces on the products that did sell, that he got like the inkling of, that he said, oh gosh, that actually is working. Then all of a sudden his income just exploded. And this is only his chart for the first year. Then his income exploded even further and further the next year, because he just kept doing that over and over again. So yeah, in his first year, he made $10,000 take home. And then in his second year, he made over $30,000 take home, just by continuing to do what the course teaches you to do. And that he has another full-time job. He doesn't have a lot of time. He works less than 20 hours a week. And sometimes he doesn't work all the time, like that 20 hours each time, because it's a demanding job that he has outside of Zazzle. But he really wants to make this work as his retirement fund. And so he is over the moon thrilled that he has made over $40,000 since joining the course. And his goal for next year is to reach 100,000 total earnings. And so he's not going to say that just because he wants to do it. He's one of these guys who's really analytical, and he knows that if he says that, he's going to know that he knows how to get there. And that's what we teach in the course. Okay, secret, and I apologize, I'm cutting off. It didn't show this in the when I was making the slides up, but I see that there's some bits where they're cut off, but you can get it. It's secret number 3. And so that one is follow a proven strategy. So what actually, there's some comments, Jen. Is there anything?
Well, Troy says, wow, go Brandon. I've been on Zazzle for 5 years too, and I haven't made $500. Then Donna says that she started the 7 Days to Success course back in 2018, but unfortunately due to other business commitments, she's only managed to do the 6 out of the 7 days.
Okay, so stop there for a minute. That is a big problem. So there's Brendan, and he's done the course, and he's gotten through it, and he's made the money. So many of the people that have been taking the course are stuck because they don't finish it. Like the 7 Days to Success course, for example, which is now a new course that we're not going to talk about here, but if you want more information, Jennifer can give it to you. But all of that content that's in that other course that was just mentioned is actually now in this new course that I'm going to talk to you about in a couple minutes. And so we are going to show you that by implementing a couple of different things, we're going to help you get through the entire course, because it's not that the course doesn't work. The course works, but you have to get through it. Okay, so that's fantastic. What else do we have here?
That's
it for now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can move on to secret number 3. Okay, follow a proven business strategy. And again, you're probably going, like I said right at the beginning, I said, without a business degree. So how are you going to get all this business stuff? I said, you have to treat it as a business. You have to follow a business strategy. You're probably going, I'm done, I'm out of here. And it's like, no. That's where we come in, because we have both like creative as well as logic abilities. And so that's why we've been very successful. And now what we're doing is we're giving you the logic. We're also so happy to do creative, because I'm going to show you in a minute in the modules that a lot of the modules in the course are designed to be specifically targeting designing options so that you can become a better designer with everything that you put up on Zazzle. But the first thing is all the step-by-step processes that you need, just like this here. Brandon said, the key to my success is that I implement the step-by-step training material, and that's what it is, step-by-step video training, and I follow Elke's roadmap exactly, and he really does, and he calls me on it. It's like, and says, okay, so what do you really mean by here? And it's like, you actually read that? Okay. Yeah, so it's fantastic, and it shows you that when you follow the steps, then you are going to see, like I can't make any income claim statements, but you can see this example, plus there's going to be many more. And it's really, really encouraging to you, I hope, that you can, as I'm not doing a sales pitch, but I want you to be encouraged that it is possible to be a creative, but still handle the business side, so you can actually start to see the financial side of things, okay? So what about following a proven business strategy? What the heck does that mean? Okay, I'm just going to give you what it needs to be that you have to follow. But I'm first going to say a little bit about, I'm going to make do an interaction thing again. Which number do you actually do already, right? Number 1, do you get personal training like you are? Everyone has to answer yes to number 1, because you're watching this masterclass. So that's personal training. And there's different levels of personal training, right? There's our blog post that we do every week that a lot of people get a lot of value from that. And I've gotten so many emails where people have said, hey, you know what, I can't afford your course, but I've been following the emails and all the training, and I'm so happy that I'm almost at the point where I can afford your course, because I know from all the free stuff that you've given us that when I get in the course, I'm just going to soar. And so that's fantastic. So I definitely, if there's a lot of 1s, then that's going to be good, because you can't say no to number 1 because you're in the training right now, but there's more training if you want it. Okay, then market research. Now, I showed you a little bit of market research by doing that email exercise. The email posting party that I said, let's do it together. So that's a start. And then there's more that you need to do there. So if you're not doing enough of that, then that's really important to the success of your business. And then what about professional store setup? And if you think you don't know yet what a professional store setup means, then I'm going to go into that in a few minutes. But just keep putting the numbers in the chat and see if we're going to hit on targets, and I can stop and talk a little bit more about one or the other for any of the ones that people are not saying yes to. Okay, and what about strategic product creation? And we did that a little bit with the email exercise, but there's obviously much more to that. And that would be like just sort of catching things. And then we also did some strategic product creation in secret number 2, right? And what about online marketing? Now that we talked about in secret number 1, where there's a lot of different ways that you can market your store and your products so that you can get that exposure, and then that exposure just builds. So these are some of the key business strategies that you need to have in place to have as an encompassing business strategy that's going to get you to the 5- and 6-figure mark. All right, how are we doing with the numbers?
Okay, so Norma says I do number 1, but probably the opposite of number 4. Anne says I do 1 and 4, working on 3 and learning to do 2 and 5. Deborah says I do 1 and 3 and will do more when she follows the 7 Days to Success class. And Philip says 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Okay, so you're already doing that. However, now I'm going to ask you another question. Are you making the money that you want to make on Zazzle right now? And I don't have a slide for it, but you have to say yes or no. It's an easy question. If you're not making the money on Zazzle, I want to know, because then I can address some of these.
No, not yet. Too early to tell. I'm at a standstill.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Too early. Not yet.
All right. Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, if you're too early to tell, then that's good, because you're getting trained properly from the start. And the more training that you can do, and the more you can help get started the right way, following like a success plan that actually is already proven that works, then you won't have to take a lot of time to fix mistakes that you make. Because once you get into Zazzle, it's fun. It's just creating products and you're having fun, and it's like, oh, I'll try this, I'll try this. And then all of a sudden you've got thousands of products and you realize you haven't done titles and tags properly, or you haven't done you haven't put it on the right colors. It's like a blue, but it's not the right blue. And it's like, oh man, how many hours did I just spend making those products? So, or then you make these products and they're really good and the color scheme's done, that you've done it for the right niche and all that stuff. But then, like I said, the titles and tags is a biggie all the time. Training is so important to help you have the whole package, and so that you can really get started on seeing the sales. All right. So I'm going to go through these just individually, make some more points here. But your skills determine your wealth. And so that addresses number 1 that we said. And a lot of people were saying that they were doing number 1, but obviously there has to be more training in there for you so that you become aware of what it is that you actually need to do to run a successful 5- and 6-figure business on Zazzle. Also, what really needs to happen too is that you change your habits, because the habits, that's why I asked you whether you're already making enough money or not. But if your habits are not so great, that's an indication of why your business, like your numbers for your earnings are so low. And that's really important. Takes sometimes up to 30 days of doing a habit consistently to be able to break an old habit. And then you'll kind of have some relapses anyway. So you need a good accountability group, which we also have in the course, which is awesome. And then we have the constant Q&As in the Facebook group, so that we always remind you of things, what you should be up to, and what questions you have, you can get answered, of course. But there's this constant reinforcement of things that you need to do better on. And you'll love the new course that we've got with, and I don't want to say the name yet, but we've added a lot of tech things like videos on like tutorials on titles and tags, tutorials on how to find the right product that people are, that you actually need to post on, so that you're not posting on the wrong product, even though it's the same piece of paper, so you have to put it in the right department tree. So we have tutorials all on that. And that's why some people in our course right now, because this is all new, they're going to really love and benefit from the new training, because they've been in the course for a while, and now they're getting this update for free because they're alumni, and they're just going to love this training, because that's one of the things that happens a lot. They go, oh my gosh, it should be selling, but it's not. And then they go in and they see it's in the wrong department tree and then on the wrong paper type and all that stuff, or they're having trouble with their titles and tags, and all of that is now taken care of in this new training. All right, so what about number 2? Well, you have to provide customers what they want. And this is a biggie for all of us artists and photographers. And like, you can see the artwork in the back here. And I love doing artwork. I do acrylic, abstract, watercolor, oil, natural, like landscapes, the realistic stuff, and also just abstract. And what I had to learn was people do want my stuff, but I have to present it in a certain way so that they want it. And you have to be also very thick-skinned afterwards when they say, I love it, but do you have it in purple? Because I need it to match my couch. And you go, oh my gosh, I'm going to just get off of Zazzle right now. Those customers are horrible. And it's like, no. No, you just have to say, you know what? If you want to give me the money, well, if I give you a purple option, here it is, and it's a private link. I'm not showing it to anyone else. You have to take it through this link, and you can price it the way you want to price it. You can jack up the royalty because it's no longer in the marketplace. So you can jack the royalty up to whatever you want as a compensation for that insult. And then you also say, this is the only way you can get it. And here's how you do it so that and you give them the instructions, and then you'll end up getting the referral fee on top of it. And now that with the new promoter option, some people are in this, someone mentioned it in the chat, not everyone's aware of that yet because they've only been inviting certain people in, but then you can make up to 35% royalties. So, okay, so you jacked up your price on your canvas to 50%, then you get 35% as a referral fee, and like you're laughing, and you go, I will make it in whatever color you want. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And I want to hear some comments on that because I think a lot of people are artists. And the other thing too is once you're on Zazzle and you can have an artist store, and we teach you that in the course as well, then you can also be on Zazzle and create other stores that provide other things that the customer wants. And if you're creative, you can easily make the designs in the design tool. You've got an advantage over everyone else who's not as creative. So think about that. Now, we also have a really cool little extra bonus for how to make money on Zazzle if you're not a designer. And that's in our course as well, because we just want to make sure we cover everybody so that they're all taken care of, and there's so many ways to make money on Zazzle. And you can just choose one and go have a great time making the money the way you want to use Zazzle to make money. All right. Number 3, how are we doing for time, by the way? Okay, we're almost done. And then I'm going to present to you something that you might be very interested in. And you'll see more customer testimonials, and we'll go into some Q&A. Okay, the last of this business strategy, or no, we have two more to go besides the number 3. Credibility and customer trust equals sales. And this, I'm not going to spend much time on this because this we covered in the first session where I said that it's really important for you to have a really good brand and exposure to customers, excuse me, so that they trust you. And when they trust you and they've read your blog, which is a trust magnet, then all of a sudden they'll go, well, I'm going to check out her products or his products. And so it works like a charm. And you have to have a really good, you have to have a nice logo and brand, and then you get yourself out there in ways like the Zazzle blog that will really help move things forward in terms of getting more sales. All right, number 4, you have to create a predictable income inventory. And this is a huge thing because you can get, oh, I'm sold that ornament and I'm in the top trending bestsellers. But if that's a one-time sell, and if what happens for the rest of the year, you still have to pay the rent. And so in the course, we teach you how to create a predictable income inventory. And that's why Brandon can predict that he can go from 40K as a total, which is already mind-blowing, right, to 100K of lifetime earnings within 3 years, because he has now set things up to the point where he knows predictably how much he makes. He actually tells me, oh, Elke, like he sends me a message, he says, Elke, I've actually made X number more this month than I predicted I would make. And I want everyone to get to that stage because that's the whole point. That's what Jennifer and I do. We know exactly what it is that we make every month. And it's like, you're probably, wondering like, how is this possible? But it is because you are creating a certain strategy based on your the inventory that you make of your products in your store, and you'll know basically what is going to happen as a baseline. And then you'll have peaks where you'll have more, which is what Brendan says. It's like, it's so nice that I have even more. Okay, number 5, have customers seek and find you. Again, this is the promotion side of things, and we talked a lot about that in secret number 1 as well, but you know, you see how they overlap. You cannot really do everything isolated. You've got to do all the numbers. I didn't even give you a chance to say what it is that you're going to pick that you're doing now, because you need all of them. And as I mentioned, I went back to secret number 2 and number 1 because everything overlaps. So you have to get the whole picture. And that's one of the reasons why we've created this new course that I'm going to talk to you about in a couple minutes, that it takes, it makes sure that you finish everything, even if you're busy. And then that way you've got everything. And then I'm going to even give you a bonus of how you could go and do stuff beyond when you're finished the course. Isn't that nice? So you'll be taken care of. All right, Susan. She is one of the people that is a great example, and I can relate to all the people that are in the chat right now. She had a store on Zazzle, and it was doing really well. She had made $12-ish thousand over the 3 years that she was on Zazzle. And so on her own, she was doing really well. She made about an average of $4K a year, but she just was stuck. She couldn't keep making it better and better, and she wanted it to be more than 4K. So she started with the course 2 years ago with our Zazzle course, and since then, with just in 2 years, she's averaged 20K a year. So she's gone from 4K a year to 20K a year and the only thing she did different was follow the Zazzle course that we teach. And so now she has earned, just from the course, she actually broke it down. She made about $12,000 some odd beforehand. And now in just the last 2 years, she's made $40,000 and $636. So $40,630. I can't even say that right because it's such a huge number. $40,636. Like, she went to the penny since starting the course. And I'm just speechless. I'm speechless because I'm excited, but I'm not, it's not a new thing for me. It's like, yes, because I know you could do it. And so can other people. And there's many more that are a little bit shyer that are also doing really well in this course. And I want you to understand that not everyone is interested in showcasing their store, because then of course everyone goes and creeps them and copies them, and we have to do this whole takedown thing and copyright thing, and it gets ugly. And so I want you to understand that it is possible if you follow the course material. And she also says that active participation in the course has been a game changer for me, because she knew what she was doing. She was doing really well, but she also didn't understand the finer points to what it is that is necessary to get that, $10,000, $12,000 as a total or lifetime earning to be 50,000, because that's basically what it is. Right? She's over 50,000 now in her total lifetime earnings, but the majority of it came in the last 2 years after being in the course. Okay, so with that wonderful news, I invite you to join the Profit by Design Academy. That's the course that I keep talking about. It's actually even better because Brandon and Susan joined a course 2 years ago, and this is a brand new update. We are releasing it this week. Actually, we released it as of September 4th. You're going to be the first people to be able to be part of it in the session that we're doing with the 10-week academy. And so it's brand new, it's up to date. Everything that's happened on Zazzle in the last little bit is all in the training, and all the tutorials and all the chats and all the documents and things that you can download are all there for you to get through all the changes that have happened on Zazzle. And so that you don't waste any time. You just get what you need step by step in order to be able to move forward and make those products that are going to sell you the money, or make you the money to have that wonderful lifestyle of freedom, of whatever freedom is for you. Okay, so you'll see that I've got a website at the bottom, and I want you to stay on here for a little bit, but that screenshot that, or even just open it up in your browser already so that you can see that that's there before we move on to some more testimonials and more of the Q&A. But if you get in, that would be great, because there's a limited number, because it's an academy. It's not just a course, it's online courses, and you'll have lifetime access, but it's also an academy. And the academy is a 10-week intensive. It's not that you won't be able to do it when I say intensive, but it's 10 weeks where Jennifer and I are going to walk you through 10 modules of the course. And so it's really important that you are in early enough so that we can handle the numbers, because if we reach a certain number, then we won't be doing this again until 2020. The enrollment will close for the academy. Okay, and in this course, in the Profit by Design Academy, you'll get a roadmap, and you'll get to be part of all of these modules. These are not your typical modules. It's not like, oh, I have to get a cup of coffee and maybe have a movie going while I watch these. No. These are all extremely interactive. And as you can see, if you're looking through them, it goes set up your business. What did I say? You have to set up your business properly. That's one of the secrets. You get it right in module 1. Design 101. What did I say? I said that most people are having trouble selling because they're not doing the right thing in terms of designing and using the tool properly and getting the training and getting out of the bad habits that they have in terms of titles and tags and where to place the product and how to post it and all that stuff. So that's module 2. So in 2 weeks, you can have all of the things done that you need for the training at a basic level. Then we go into a design intensive where we go into everything even more detailed in week 3, where you are going to get more and more training on how to create a good design, how to use photography properly, and how to use artwork properly, how to use your creative design skills properly so that you can attract and give the customer what you want, right? That was part of secret number 3. You have to give the customer what you want. You can't just put your beautiful artwork up like I did with mine and go, okay, everyone else loves it as much as I do. There's going to be so many sales that I just won't be able to handle it. I'll just be partying and doing a happy dance every second. No. It was like crickets when I first started, and I was like, no one likes my art. And so I want to make sure that you understand that there's ways that you can create your, put your stuff up on Zazzle that makes money for you. And actually, we have some bonuses that specifically for photographers and artists. I'm just dying to wait to give to you, but there's more coming. Okay, what about the next module, promotion, right? We said promotion, how do we do it? And here we are going through it in module 4. In 4 weeks, you will have a lot of things set up easily. And as I said, it's not just us talking to you, it's us telling you some things, and they're all short little videos. And so you don't take a lot of time there, but then you have to put the time and effort in to get the things set up for your Zazzle business that are taught within each week, okay? Then I brushed on this, touched on this very briefly in the secret number 3, where it was mindset. And mindset is very important. And then also we will help you with your goals. And the goal setting is part of mindset because the two go together. If you believe that you can accomplish something, you will accomplish it. If you don't, then you won't. And so by having the goal set properly, without you thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to make enough money if I set my goal that low. No, it's reverse psychology, and we will walk through that with you. And that's when we really also come into play with the Facebook Lives that we do, and we're your coaches. We're rah. We're here to help you with your mindset and your money blocks and everything that's going to be standing in your way, so that all of these other things that you're doing will actually be effective. Brandon constantly says, he constantly works on his mindset and his goals, and that's part of the whole thing. Remember, I said all the numbers have to be in place, and so these 10 modules will give you all those numbers. All right, production strategy. Remember, we said we needed a production or an inventory of products that would sell consistently. So module 6, we're spending the entire week on that. What about module 7? That's the third option for a design module. And because we also like having fun, and so we're going to actually do designs, and we'll do an exercise, and we'll do critiques so that you can really understand what it is, not specifically what I tell you about in terms of a sample, but how is it that you can improve your designs. So I'm so excited to, Module 7 is going to be so much fun. We're going to do critiques. And then Module 8, a promotion masterclass. And I mean masterclass. You thought this was good? Like, this is like, it shouldn't even be called masterclass. It should be called like intensive, but nobody, like I did the design module, but it's even more than intensive. It's intensive masterclass. And I cannot explain it besides saying that you are going to get everything. You are going to learn how to promote on Pinterest, promote on Instagram, promote on your website, promote more in terms of all the things that I showed you in secret number 1, promote, cross promote. How do you set up your store to promote? How do you set up your categories to promote? All kinds of things that you can do in terms of each of the types of promotion that work on Instagram, Pinterest, and websites, and all the other places where you want to promote. And we will, it's just incredibly action-packed and filled. So, and it's not going to be that you're going to get all that done in Module 8. That's why you've got the lifetime access, but it's all there so that you can do it. You could touch on it a little bit, and then whatever you feel comfortable with, then you can move on to more of it as you get all the other things in all of 10 modules done. Okay, then we go into Module 9 and 10, and they are extremely important, and that's the one thing that we want to walk through have people walk through with us in terms of doing that. And I talked to you a little bit about it in secret number 2 when I said, what are you going to do when you get that sale? And that's the analysis, right? How did it sell? Why did it sell? When did it sell? What do I have other products that sell or like that are in that category or in that niche or whatever? And then how do you take that analysis of not only the production and like the inventory that you've got in terms of your Zazzle products, but also the analysis of your social media and how that's all working together to help you. And so we're going to go through that in grave detail because everyone kept thinking that that was like rocket science and they weren't able to get to it, and so they couldn't. But that was the key to Brandon's success, the key to Susan's success, the key to all these other people's successes that I'm going to share with you. And so we want everyone else who's in the program, in the course here, to be aware of how they do that so that it becomes routine and easy. And that's what we're going to spend that whole module on. And then in Module 10, we're going to give you what to do once you figure that all the analysis out. Wouldn't you like that? And of course, that will lead to your success. Okay, before we go any further, I just want to let you know, even though I don't work for Zazzle, I've had a really great track record with teaching people how to make money online with Zazzle. And I've been given a shout out by Zazzle in the public forum. And they said, hey, new designers, Elke has a wonderful class. If you want to break in, and she means into the Zazzle marketplace, she gives you a great knowledge base to be a successful designer in our marketplace. So please remember that. I'm not here, I'm here to help, I'm here to support. And what I do have as information works, as you can see from the people that I've already showcased. And now I'm going to explain to you that out of 100% of the members that have enrolled so far, even though some of them are just starting, right? Like we've even got some in our group right now that just started and they haven't even opened Module 1 yet. Out of all the people that we've trained in the last 3.5, like almost 3 years, I was going to say 2.5, but I think it's almost 3 years now. The 65% of them have already gotten to ProDesigner, which means they've earned at least $100. And they might have earned more, but the way the ProDesigner level works, it's only US earnings. So sometimes it's tough because you might have made sales in other countries. But and then 50% of those 65 have gone on to become bronze pro designers, which means that they're at the $1,000 take-home level, and then 10% have gone on to earn over $25,000 in US earnings. And you can see that there's a big gap between bronze and silver. You have to go from $1,000 to $25,000 of earnings. So there's not going to be as many in the silver category, but there are already several that 10% that have reached silver because they've taken the Profit by Design Academy course material. And actually, it's really interesting because the people who have taken the course in the past are going to be blown away when they get access to the new material. You're going to see that a lot in the Facebook group when we get into the actual, because we've already given tidbits and teasers to people, and they all say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't wait till we see everything. So the people who I've showcased are actually people who have used the old course, and now you're getting the new course, which is about 60% old course, 40% more new course material. That's in addition to, I'm giving away more and more of my secrets, not just those ones that I did initially, because I found out where people were having issues and I addressed them. And so now you're getting that as part of the package just for signing up, and that's going to be amazing, right? Are you excited? Say, I'm excited, I'm in the chat. I want to hear, because I haven't seen any sort of chats, comments recently, so let's hear that. Are you in? Are you, like, is this where you want to be? Do you want to be up there at silver? Jennifer is gold. Gold is higher, and I'm at the diamond, which is top. And that doesn't even matter, because that's $500,000 in earnings, and I've made over $1 million in earnings. And what's really cool is that you transfer that to Canadian, and if the exchange rate is good, I've actually made a lot more. But U.S. earnings it's fantastic, and it's what you really need if you're one of the bronze sellers right now, if that's where you are on your Zazzle journey, and you're struggling to get to that $25,000 earning marks. This Profit by Design Academy is exactly what you need. And I want you to be part of the course and take advantage of it. Because as I said, we're not opening this up again until 2020, probably like January, March, February, that's it. And if you consider, that's about 4 months of you missing out. So I want to make sure that you get the chance to already have all this information so you can get ready for the next sales cycle. In fact, you're even going to get ready for the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales cycle if you're in this Academy section, because the first 2 weeks are basically you making products with your artwork and your photography and your text-based designs and graphic designs that are the niches. And even one of the things that I make you do sample products in is the holiday niche. Okay, so it's the perfect time to become part of the Profit by Design Academy. Now, where's the URL? I've forgotten to put it on some of these. Put it in the chat and see. And did we have anybody enroll yet? Because I know I'm giving away so much value here and excitement, but enroll. I'm telling you, we already have lots of people in the course and we have a ceiling. Okay, so here's what happens a lot in our private members group. It's this lady, BK Thompson. She says, well, hello there, Bronze Badge. And so I love that. And then so what happens is, if you're not familiar with that, you get that as a little badge underneath your name, under your profile. And I can't actually read it completely because I've got some stuff here on the back end. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. I'd actually passed the US dollar mark about 2 months ago, but I was just waiting for the badge. Yeah, sometimes that happens, even though you've got the math right. And she goes, happy dance, because yeah, in our group, we do a lot of happy dances. This time last year, I was wondering if I'd ever make it to Pro Designer. She says Pro Basic, but it's Pro Designer, which is the $100 mark. And then I stumbled across a video that Jen Clarke did, my daughter, on Zazzle templates, which led me down the Elke Clarke rabbit hole. Now, sometimes rabbit hole is you get a negative impression. But in this case, she says, of amazing discoveries and growth. Thank you, Elke and Jen and everyone in this group. And she's talking about the private Facebook group that you'll be part of. And I can't wait to see what happens next. And isn't that fantastic? We have to celebrate with her. We have to give her a happy dance. And there's so many people that have done posted these types of badge announcements, and we're all thrilled about it for sure. Now, the next celebrations I want to talk about are people who are a little bit shy in terms of telling their income, but they always tell us what they've done with the money. And so there's LD Design Loft, and she says, and actually she's the one whose mugs I showed you a picture of in secret number 1. My husband and I are going to a wedding in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. We're leaving this weekend. A trip like this is another dream come true for this online business. Elke and Jen, thanks again for your mentorship. Now, she is in the mentoring program, so that's something we offer. But for now, we're suggesting the Profit by Design Academy, and then you can always go into the mentoring at any time if you love what we do and how much success you're receiving or experiencing. Then you can see if you want more of all this goodness. All right, what about Christine Factura? She says, I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary in this awesome group. 1 year with the 7 Days to Success course, and we mentioned that already before. That's now a different course, and then 10 months in the mentoring program, which is basically the Profit by Design Academy, but there is going to be more goodness in the mentoring program, but that's coming in like a couple of months. So this is where you should be right now, because we're upgrading all the course material, and the mentoring is the last. Not that you're not getting great value in the mentoring program already. There's some people here on the chat that can attest to that, but we're going to add even more to that. So it'll be so exciting. Okay, so she says, before joining, I started out with only earning $130 in my first 2 years on Zazzle. And after joining, to date, I have earned $6,500. This is so fantastic. I'm just gonna leave that out there, 6,500. So we have 2 people that have already said, hey, I've made 40,000. Then this person has joined in and she's made 6,500. There's so many more of these. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you're making 5 figures or 4 figures. Every milestone is a milestone to the next level. When I first made my first sale and I made 29 cents, I was as ecstatic as when I reached $1 million, because it means potential. It means future potential. And you know, that's why she's so excited, because she was struggling 2 years, 130, 130, 130. She lives in the Philippines. Now she can afford to buy a house. She's looking at buying a house, which she never thought she could. And she's already working a day job with her family business, and they work a lot. And so she gets to this on the weekends, and she's overjoyed that she's making this much, because it means the potential is there for her to make more. Okay, what about Jackie Raymond? Because this is the other thing. We have course members who are doing really great things with their money that they're earning. We have big earnings, plus we also have big sales. And this is just a sample, so I don't overwhelm you, but this happens all the time in our group. And Jackie Raymond says, okay, guys, I can hardly contain myself. I'd like to give a massive thanks to Monique in West Palm Beach for purchasing 50 of my, and I just had to scratch that out there so that I keep her product secret. But so the person bought 50 of the item, and Jackie made $60 in royalties. Wouldn't you love to have more and more emails that come through your email program where it says, hey, you just made $60 in royalties from selling X number of things? Isn't that fantastic? Well, this is the whole idea, is to give you that feeling of excitement that it's possible. And there's lots of examples here. Okay, so what about the course, the Profit by Design Academy? What is it that you're going to get? Well, the Profit by Design Academy has a value of $2,000, and it's action, like full of really action step take videos. That doesn't come out right, but you can just basically take the videos, and it's no brainer in terms of we make it very simple, and we tell you exactly what you need to do, so that all you need to do is take the action steps, just like Brandon did, and also participate, because we're going to help you move through the entire course so that you have the ability to know everything that you need. And that was secret number 3, right? Secret number 3 is crucial to, like, the Profit by Design Academy is basically all the 5 things that we talked about in secret number 3. And it's going to cover everything in terms of training you and giving you what you need so that you have all aspects going in your business. But then we don't stop there. We give you bonuses. We give you bonuses in that we heard and listened to you. We said, okay, this is great if you're a graphic designer, but what about if I'm an artist, or what if I'm a photographer? What can I get out of this so that I can get helped? Well, you'll be very happy to know that the Profit by Design Academy, you make 50 products. And in that 50 product set, there's actually a set of products for photographers, and there's a set of products for artists. So there, and we tell you how to make collections and how to do Pinterest boards and everything. Plus, we give you success strategies for both artists and photographers. I'm going to get into that in more detail, but I want to get through the other bonuses. Plus, the 10-week academy, which is access to a private Facebook group and weekly Q&As with Jennifer and I, plus an extra weekly pop into the Facebook group in terms of a video to help you do things like motivate you or give you extra tips or give you a little bit of extra training that you wouldn't get in the regular Profit by Design Academy course. And then we're going to do things like I already mentioned, fun things like a critique option one week. It's going to be amazing. And so even the $12.97 is way, way below the value that you are going to be getting from this 10-week academy. Now, the third bonus is something called the business growth strategy. And it's really important that you understand that we are here to serve you and help you, not just through the 10 weeks. We want you to keep making more progress. And so we have created a business growth strategy that you can then know exactly what to do every month afterwards, and also every 6 months and every year afterwards. Basically, a business plan. And it's at a $9.97 value. So all in all, when you add all these bonuses and the value of the course up, you're going to get $4,594 worth of value. And I think it's actually more than that, but we put some numbers on it. And that's really what it should be priced at. It really should be that way. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you a couple more things, and then I will tell you what you can actually get that and get access to it for today. Okay, so, and if you're already interested and you're ready to check things out, go to elkeclarke.com. Sorry, I was going to say something else. elkeclarke.mykajabi.com/ and then you have to have the PDA in caps. And of course, PDA stands for Profit by Design Academy, right? It doesn't stand for a personal device or anything like that. It's PDA is Profit by Design Academy. So elkeclarke.com, or sorry, elkeclarke.mykajabi.com, and then / and then caps for PDA, okay? And when you get there, you're going to see this webpage, and this will be at the top. And so you'll know you're in the right place. And if you want to, you can enroll right away, and you'll just click that button at the top right, and then you'll see it'll bring you down to where you have payment options, and which are these. And you're going to be able to use PayPal and a credit card, either Visa or MasterCard, and also a Visa debit. And what's really cool, which is something we haven't featured before, but now you can actually pay the payment plan of $97 for 12 months with PayPal. Are you excited? Because that was always something that people were stopped at last time. Now you can pay with PayPal. I know that a lot of creatives, maybe like yourself, like using PayPal. So now you can pay $97 for 12 months, and you'll be able to be enrolled in the academy. And you'll be able to use either PayPal or credit card. You just have to click on the right button when you get there. And the other option that you have, and you save a lot of money, just if you do the math, then it is the $9.97 option, which is a one-time payment. So if you pay in full, you will save, and you will you do the math, you'll save about $120 odd. And so that's money in your pocket. We want to always make it as affordable as possible for you, and for you to save money so that you can put it in your pocket. So those are the two options. Go to elkeclarke.mykajabi.com / PDA with capital letters. Okay, so, and then when you get there and you click on one of the options to pay, you'll get to this checkout cart, and you just fill out all your information. And then at the bottom, make sure that you realize that this little tiny symbol here on the right underneath billing information is the PayPal option, and the other one is all the credit cards, okay?
Just wanted to say, when they go to the PayPal option for the payment plan, it's a different checkout page, so it doesn't look like this, but when you click on the link underneath the box that says payment plan with PayPal, it'll be a different checkout, but it's already automatically integrated with PayPal. You just have to click on the PayPal option, but it looks different than this, but it's the same. You're getting the same product, but you're just using the PayPal checkout.
Okay, yes, because we wanted to conform to the PayPal stuff that we need to do so that we can give you the PayPal option as a way to pay the payment plan. And guess what? As soon as you click that and purchase and fill out all your credit card details, then you'll get a message that says welcome, and you'll get your login, and you'll be able to log into this. You'll see this. This is the course member site, and it's got a nice little welcome message. Now, obviously, we start in a couple of days. We start next Monday with releasing the first module, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. So, but you will be able to start on the just to watch the welcome video, and also you'll be able to, like, when you are on this, there's a couple of things that are coming up. One of which is, I'm giving it away a little bit. This is one of the bonuses, one of the other bonuses, and that you'll be able to watch right away if you joined today. If you joined earlier and you're watching this, you'll have to wait until Monday. It's just the way that the program works. But what you can do is you can go into the Profit by Design Academy website, or sorry, Facebook group, which you can click on. You see where that phone is on the right-hand side. Down below, you can click on the button below that, and you can get into the Facebook group. We already have some fun things for you to do there. And also and then one of the things that you can watch if you purchase today is the other niches besides the wedding market, plus the other bonuses, which is how to find popular niches, as you can see on the lessons here. And you'll see that it's really cool. The system that we're on now, which was different than before, allows you to mark things when you're complete, have everything complete. Below this mark complete option, there's a chat box, so you can actually talk to us and ask us questions about each of the videos that you watched. There's also downloadables, and you'll just love the site. Very interactive, and it's going to be amazing then when you go through the academy, which starts on September 16th, which is next Monday. And I want you to be part of that at that point, because otherwise you'll miss out. If you're saying, oh, I've got to wait and figure out things, just do it so that you can be ready and prepared and in the right mindset for Monday. Now, I'm sure someone's going to have the question of, what if I'm already busy next week? Well, we give you a week to do everything. Plus, the Facebook Lives are the videos that we do are things that you can watch again because it's on Facebook. And then also anything that you, like if you can't do it all week, you can still do it on the weekend, and then you can be ready for the next week. So we've structured it in such a way that you don't have to do a lot of work. It's a little bit of work each week in order to do the actual modules. So we've got you covered. There's never a behind in our courses, and we're always here to help make things work for you. But this is one of the things that we have done, is to add the 10-week academy as a bonus so that you do get through the course. And believe me, you know what? Let's just be some honest talk here. You are committed to doing this, right? So then you will find time. Sometime next week, you will find time to watch a couple minutes, like maybe 30 minutes worth of videos, and do a couple hours of work. And I know you've got this. And that's also an indication that you will be successful, is if you finally just decide to mark it off on your calendar. That's why I put this nice image in. My apologies. Yeah, mark it off on your calendar. And then things will happen. The universe will part ways. It's like, things will all of a sudden magically get canceled. And it's like, oh, okay, so now I do have a free day. Or you say to your husband or your wife or your kids, you say, okay, well, go watch a movie for 2 hours. I'm busy. And you have to give yourself the time and believe. And that's why I said, secret number one, it's not a hobby. It has to be treated as a business. And in order to treat it as a business, you need to start calendaring time for yourself so that you can create those products and get the training you need. And it starts next Monday, and that's all there is to it. And you're going to be there. I know it. Okay, so yeah, it starts next Monday. Every module will be released every week, or like sort of like one module. So it's also not going to make you go, oh, okay, I can go check out the other ones. No, no, everyone's focused on one module. That way you can ask questions. The other people in the group are going to ask amazing questions too, maybe ones you hadn't even realized. And so we're all in this group together, learning together, doing things together. You're going to create such camaraderie in this group. And believe me, after the 10 weeks, you'll still be not in this particular group, but we're going to move you all over to another group where there's even more members who've had more experience. And that is part of my gift to you, to be part of this other Facebook group. It's called, and I keep forgetting it, Creatives Who Profit. And you're going to be part of our alumni in that group, and you'll be able to ask all the questions you want about the Profit by Design Academy, even though maybe you didn't get to them in the 10 weeks, okay? So there's never a behind, plus you're in this amazing group of entrepreneurs that are all here on Zazzle making money. Okay, so what were those bonuses? Here they are again. So now you have access to them, but now you know how you can get access to them. The accesses are through purchasing the Profit by Design Academy, and enrolling today, really, because we're going to get started. And these are actually already available. So you have all weekend to not only get the top 10 popular products. This is my special list. I've done a ton of research, and I've made the lists up specifically, even though it's just 10, it's the top 10. So, because I don't want you to make that many products to put out your, like, you have a lot of artwork, you have a lot of photography. This is the top 10 you should have in your store for your photography and your artwork. The second bonus is the Find the Popular Niches, and I showed you where you can access that once you're in the Profit by Design Academy member site, and it's very easy. All you do is enroll, and that's what I'm saying today is perfect weekend to watch this tutorial, which is very extensive, and it gives you a really nice, there's a chat and a tutorial, as I showed you, and also the not only this bonus, but I'm going to show you what it looks like in the Academy, Profit by Design Academy members site. This is what it looks like. So you're going to find like other niches besides the wedding market, a chat, which is very valuable, even though it's not that long. Then how to find popular niches, an actual tutorial, which is about 20 minutes long, or not even 15 to 20 minutes. Then I'm not in the course site, so I just about scrolled down just now, which is really silly. But then you can see that there's a success strategy for photographers, and it has not only the top 10 lists that I promised you as a bonus, but it has the success strategy for photographers. And Jennifer and I talk through as a tutorial a ton of options for you as a photographer to use Zazzle, as well as how you can do the marketing and strategy to incorporate other aspects of your business within it, and how you can profit from multiple streams of income. And that's the same for photographers. I just don't have the slide here because it's the next category down. Who would like to have a success strategy because you're a photographer? Or who would like to have a success strategy if you're an artist? And raise your hand if you've been having trouble finding popular niches and figuring out what they are. I want to know. Everybody still on? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, me. Anne says me. Yes, of course. And yes, keep going. Okay. And cats too. Okay, fantastic, because these are gold. This is something that people struggle with constantly. That's one of the reasons that your income is low right now, because you don't know what niche to add your products to. So you're making a lot of products that are not popular because they're not in the right niches. And the Profit by Design Academy walks you through that. So here's the link again, elkeclarke.com. mykajabi.com. I keep saying elkeclarke.com. Apologize. elkeclarke.mykajabi.com/PDA. Then you can go there to do what you need to do to choose your payment option, and we will see you in the Academy on the 16th. elkeclarke.mykajabi.com/PDA. And I'm going to show you the bonuses again. so that you can see that. You get the success strategies for artists and photographers, and I've shown you now where all that is and how much you get. And there's like downloadables, there's videos to watch, and then you get the 10-week Academy access with the private Facebook group, and Jennifer and I in that private Facebook group answering questions during the week, but also there's going to be a live Q&A session. It's going to be every Friday. If you can't be there, you get to see the recording, and you can post your questions in beforehand so that we answer them live even if you can't be on live. And so 10 weeks of that. Would you like 10 weeks like this? I'm sure you would. And then you get a business growth strategy as your third bonus, which is something that you can, well, it's not something, it is the strategy that Brandon uses to continually monitor his business and to figure out what he needs to do as it grows and grows and grows. And now you will have access to that. So as I said before, $4,594 as a value that is even more than that really, but you're going to get access to these bonuses plus the Facebook Academy for 10 weeks, plus get all of these modules. You can see here the schedule. So we're going to be going into the end of November, and all of these will be released at these dates. And then, of course, you're going to get the growth strategy, which is my personal growth strategy. It's how I built my business from 4 figures to 5 figures to 6 figures. After you do all the training and get all the stuff that you need to get done and put up into your business and set up in your business with the Profit by Design Academy. And your options for paying are $9.97, so you save money as a one-time payment, and you can pay with PayPal or credit card. And then the monthly payment, which is definitely an economical option, so that there's definitely no excuses. You can join and then have access to things, be part of everything, and only pay $97 for 12 months. And you can use PayPal or credit card as well. So go to elkeclarke.com, elkeclarke.com. You're going to laugh every time you do it, but you'll remember elkeclarke.mykajabi.com/PDA. And make sure the PDA is in caps so that you get the right page, because sometimes it has to be in caps. All right, and again, I'm going to go through the form. Make sure you choose the right payment option, and so that way you can make sure you're paying and have the option ready for you that you want. And I want to see you in the Profit by Design Academy. I love teaching, as you can see. And when I'm talking to you about entering the course and taking advantage of it, I'm not as comfortable because I want to make sure that you get good value. And that's what we've done. We've added 40% more than we've ever added in any training. And then this is even new stuff to the mentoring group people that we have in our mentoring program. And then what's really nice is those people in the mentoring program, if you want to actually move up to the mentoring program, you're more than welcome to. I'll give you a link for that as well. But I think the best thing right now for what is happening with what you guys said in the chat is this is where you need to be, the Profit by Design Academy. And we would be so excited to have you join us for our 10-week academy. And then, of course, you get lifetime access to a Facebook group as well as to the training, so that never goes away. All right, so let's go into the 20-minute Q&A. And how am I doing? Well, I did a lot. I'm so excited that everyone is still here. And again, there's the website, elkeclarke.mykajabi.com/PDA. And make sure that you go and check this out. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, obviously I can't answer questions in the replay. So I'm just going to preface that because not everyone can be on, and you're going to get this as a replay. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, then thank you so much for watching and taking the care to hear everything that I had to say. There's a ton of value that I gave you today in the masterclass, and I want to ensure that whether you join my program, the Profit by Design Academy or not, I want you to know that because I'm happy that I gave a lot of value today, and I feel that you have learned a lot and you can accomplish or take away a lot of action steps that you can implement in your business right away. But you'll also understand that running a Zazzle business is difficult, and it takes time and it takes persistence. and it takes a complete strategy, business strategy. And that is what the Profit by Design Academy does for you. The training, as well as the 10-week academy, makes sure that you get all the, actually implement all the training, because so many of our course members are going, oh man, I wish I was like Brandon. I want to earn like Brandon. And then when I go and help them, I realize that they have yet to complete all of the training. So the Profit by Design Academy is now set up so that in the 10 weeks, you will get everything done. Would you like it if we helped you move forward in the training so that you could get everything you need, so that you can finally see the sales coming in from all the hard work that you've been doing on Zazzle? Of course, right? Everyone say yes in the group, I'm sure. And so that's the way to do it. And that's your next step. If you are going to treat this as a business rather than a hobby, it's the time and the right place to sign up now in the Profit by Design Academy, because we won't open up again until 2020. So unfortunately, that's the way it has to be, so that we can give the attention to our members that are in the academy. So elkeclarke.mykajabi.com/PDA. And now we're going to open it up for questions.
Okay. Well, if anybody has questions, please post them in the Q&A and also in the chat. But we have had a question regarding the payment plan. If you do use the payment plan, do you get access to the course right away? And you do get access to the course. You get to log in, and then you will get access to the bonuses that we mentioned and that you saw in the slide presentation. You can watch those right away as soon as you log in. And then on the 16th, on Monday, you will be getting dripped the content for module 1. And I think how many videos are in there? Around 10 videos that you get to watch. And then on Friday, we will be doing our first Q&A session in Facebook, so that you can have the entire week to watch all of the modules for module 1, and then gather all the questions that you might want to ask us. And we will be live on Friday to answer all the questions that you have regarding module 1. And we have decided to do this academy and do this sort of session with you with the weekly Q&As, because
this is brand new, by the way.
We've never done this before, and we realized that all of our course members really enjoy having us on live and having the opportunity to talk to us and really hone in on specific things that they have particular to their store. Because when you take a course, you can watch as many videos as you want, but at the end of the day, when you have a question that's specific to your store, you really want that interaction with your mentors. And so we're giving you this opportunity to speak with us and actually ask us questions, and we will go in to your Zazzle, like we will speak to you. And if you say, look, I really want my store to have a critique, or this is something that's really a pressing issue for me, or I don't understand why I'm not making any sales, we are 100% in, and all of our members can attest to that, that we go into your Zazzle store and we help you and train you specifically based on what your needs are. Every situation and every person is different, and we really understand, because of our knowledge and the years of experience that we've had on Zazzle, we know exactly to pinpoint the reason why you're not making a sale. And I know that a couple people have mentioned that they're even shocked when they get one sale from Zazzle. And I have asked that person to email us. And if you'd like to email us personally, please send us an email to info@elkeclarke.com, and maybe we can even take a look at your store and give you some input on what you could do. And I know that my mom Elke has given you amazing tips during this workshop, which you can implement today. That will help you definitely. But if you're worried, or maybe there's a mindset issue, or maybe your niche isn't right, or the biggest thing is titles and tags, and people don't write down the right title, or they don't tag their product properly, and people aren't finding their products because they have an amazing design and it's a popular product, like say a mug or a pillow that's trending, but their titles and tags are really, really hindering them to find, like, for the customers to find your products. So what we do is we go in and we look at each designer specifically, and we say, hey, this is what you can implement, and that interaction with us really makes the difference. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time we're trying it, and it's going to be a success, because we've got already a lot of different things planned as surprises, and I'm just excited to get as many people through the course training as possible. And this includes our alumni, the ones who have not been. So you're going to also meet all of our alumni. And I think that's one of the things that's, we decided it's not just the new members. I want you to understand that when you come in there, you're going to meet people who have been getting some training already for a while, but then life got in the way, or something was a little bit overwhelming for them because they're not math people, or like, you know, there's all kinds of little different situations as to the excuses or the reasons, because it's not really an excuse. It's not that they were doing it to avoid it, because they want to be successful on Zazzle, but the reasons are justifiable. But now they're ready to learn again, and so you're in a fantastic environment to just get the things that you need right away, rather than having to think about it yourself and get lost and go down the wrong rabbit hole, not just my wonderful, amazing rabbit hole that B.K. Thompson talked about. Because yeah, it can vary. A lot of our members who just join, and they have not just joined, they've just recently joined, actually, that's sort of a trend lately. They've joined and they say, okay, that's it, I'm done. I'm trying to figure this out myself. I'm going to finally sign up. And then they sign up and they go, oh my gosh, I have to fix my entire store. I just realized what's wrong. And we give you advice with that as well. Some things will give you a strategy based on your store and what you've got and your niches and your sales. Then we will give you advice so that you don't get stuck in the, oh, I have to fix 10,000 titles and tag products. No. You know, we have a lot of different ways to help you with that and strategies, but we have to know your store. We can't give you a blanket piece of advice. Okay, so
Anne says the interactive part has been invaluable. Access and encouragement to ask questions and get answers right away is so helpful. And she also said, life got in my way, and you were so encouraging to keep moving forward and stay on course. So excited to pick up with the next step.
Yeah, and Anne is one of our alumni. We get to know our people, our course members, very personally as well. If you're interactive in the group, we have some that are not as interactive, so we want to make sure that you understand. Facebook you can be private on Facebook. Just, you know, create a private profile, just something so that you can be part of our group if that's something that you don't want to deal with in terms of being public. And the group is private, and that's the other wonderful thing. We can actually get down into the discussions of numbers and confidentiality kind of things that, you know, everyone is bound by those rules, so that you can speak about numbers and designs and what should I do and what's selling and so on. And because of that, it's a very safe environment to actually get the help you need, rather than just being superficial help, which you can get anytime but in the forum, but it's not specific. And you have to also feel comfortable asking the right questions, which require more confidential information in order for you to move forward and get the right help you need. And so that's the exciting part of what we're going to do in the group. And Anne can attest to that we are very good at that. And it's a very, 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 very motivational environment, positive. And people come into the group just to look around, like when they're course members, they actually just come to the group to get cheered up. And it's wonderful because, yeah, we have a lot of rules in place so that it's a very positive, action oriented group, and we look for solutions to help you out and stop you from worrying too much about it or taking too long to figure something out. All right. Well, but are there any more questions? Or
no, not at this point in time, but just about the payment plan and then logging in, and you will receive your email right away when you purchase to log into the course. And Anne says it's always encouraging, such a positive environment. And we're really happy that, and all of our course members feel that way. I think it's really great to interact with you. We've become sort of a family, and we feel like we know each other, even though we've just sort of met on screen. But it's a really great community, and we'd love to have everybody online here a part of that as well.
So tell me, because there's no questions, I will go into a little bit of a mentoring mindset thing. what is it that's stopping you from enrolling? I know we have Anne in here, and then there's a couple of people that said they've just joined, which is fantastic. You are going to be blown away by all of the content and the interaction with us. I'm looking forward to seeing how you progress on your Zazzle journey. And I can't, thank you enough for trusting in us that it's going to be the way you decide to get trained to do the things that you need to do to actually run your Zazzle business properly. Now, what about anyone else why are they stuck? What's the reason why they have not yet decided to purchase? And tell us, because if it's budget, we have actually a cheaper option that's easily accessible that you can get started with. And then once you make money there, you can move up into the Profit by Design Academy. We have a $100 product, which is called the e-commerce accelerator. And we can put the link in here, and we have actually things that we can provide for you in terms of payment plans. We can give you a $100 single payment or 49 times 2 payments, so one this month and one next month. And that would be fantastic if anyone says, oh, I want to be in the Profit by Design Academy, but I can't afford it right now. I get you. That's why we decided to create the e-commerce accelerator. It gives you the basics in terms of business setup. It also showcases or gets you through creating your store, creating 50 products, creating collections, 10 collections, creating the 10 boards on Pinterest, and how you pin those collections and products to Pinterest. Walks you through all of that. So you're actually getting a lot of setup, as well as you get access to the bonuses, the photographer and artist bonuses that I talked about, as well as the, what else do we give you there? We just make it really, really nice and easy for you. You get to be part of a Facebook group as well. So we've got you covered. We are here to help you. We are doing this to make sure that there are success stories everywhere in whatever capacity. And we're not going to restrict you if you have income issues in terms of budgeting for a $1,000 course. That's okay. You can start slowly, and then you can work your way up to the Profit by Design Academy. But yeah, so we've got, a comment, yeah, about Ali. The overall cost is more than I've invested in a course before at one time, being okay. So you're worried. You don't have the option to opt out, because that's the thing that's really interesting. I'm doing this on purpose. I would fully give you a money back guarantee, but what's happened is that people are just trying it out, and then they're not committed. And one of the things that you have to know when you're running a business and you're actually treating it as a business, not a hobby, you have to be committed. And the commitment means committed. So part of the commitment that is a really good visceral commitment in terms of how you will say, hey, I did pay for this course, I'm going to take it. I'm going to make sure it gives me back all of what I paid into it. Then that is the reason why we don't offer an opt-out plan. You have to pay because you have to finish the course. And so if you get through modules 1 and 2, but then you opt out, then that's ridiculous. And so then go into the e-commerce accelerator and see how that works out for you in terms of your payment options. But you can't opt out of the 49 double payment either. You do owe 2 payments of 49. But I would be glad to see you in there, and then we can talk and you can see, well, is this what served you and what it didn't serve you, and then where you should actually go. I don't know your experience, like whether you're making a lot of money already on Zazzle or not, Ali, but if that's one of the questions you want to ask me, like, I'm making this much money now, I have X number of stores, they made me this much in the last month or year, then I can guide you as to whether we think it'll be a good investment. And honestly, I have turned people away if they can't afford it. Then I give them free alternatives until they can afford it. But if you're in for the Profit by Design Academy, then you have to continue to be in the whole time, either a one-time payment or the monthly 12 times $97. Okay, And yeah, and then we've put all the links in for the other course, which is the beginner's course. But if you're not a beginner, then you're not going to be happy, because that is a beginner's course. It walks you through step by step how to make products, how to, like, it gives you some lists and things in terms of, like, it gives you the 50 top selling products on Zazzle. That's my list that you should make products for in your store, but not if you're like a seasoned designer and you're not having you're not getting sales like Susan, then you need to be in the Profit by Design Academy. I wouldn't be serving you properly, and I wouldn't even think that it would be, you shouldn't pay for the e-commerce. You should be in the Profit by Design Academy, and we'll see you in June or in January of next year. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and that's the other thing I wanted to show, actually, is in that graph, Brandon made his money back in 3 months, and so did Susan. And many others take about 3 to 5 months to make their money back. But that's on them. That's not on me. That has to be on you. And so if you say, I'm going to join this, it's a stretch for me, but I will make my money back in 3 months, that's a goal. And if you tell us that goal, and you say, Elke, how do I do this? Because I want to make my money back in 3 months, then you might be able to do it. You'd have to work more than at this point what the course is teaching you week by week, because you're getting certain things given to you. Brandon had access to the whole course all at once, and he's a go-getter, and so he was very quick to get off the mark with stuff. But you'll notice that and I can show the graph again. I'll just pull it up. This might help you make a decision. If you say, Elke, I need to make more money in a certain time period, and I promise I'll do the course, we can actually release the modules earlier for you if that's part of the problem in terms of you being concerned. Oh, where am I now? I have to change it in screen share. We're here to serve you. We're here to help you, but you have to take the action as well, okay? And so you can't just say, oh, it's a lot of money, how do I trust you? That's giving excuses to you as a way out of not doing it. It's blaming us, and we're not here to get blamed. We're here to serve, and I want you to understand that. I will be direct with you if you don't focus on what's important. The important thing is you are here on the masterclass thinking about what you want to do to get this business that you're running right now on Zazzle to make the money that you want it to make. And it's not going to happen if you don't do something different than you're already doing. And the money is an obstacle, but it's not the barrier. It's an obstacle you have to get over, but not the barrier. So I just gave you 2 options. I said you could make the money back based on what you learn in the first 3 modules, but I'm saying because we have structured it in such a way that the first 3 modules are actually putting a lot of products out there that may not be part of your core group of products. If you're further along in Zazzle and you already have an established business, then you're trying new things in that first 3 weeks. And so I said, hey, I could even open up other modules for you so that you can work on your own store and get the training as you need it so that you can get to those earnings that you need to pay back the course within a certain time period. But then $97 is also a stretch, but not a stretch. You can find it's like half a gym membership, really. Yeah, sometimes I'm a full member, like it's a part of the same membership. Now you can see here from July, he started in July. He made a couple sales in the first month because of the things that I told him, which are going to be the exact. In fact, you get a bigger product list and more products to make that are really intentional for this coming up couple of months. So there should be some sales there if you do a good job. And then he worked really hard to get more products in, using the 4 steps that I told you, the methods. And then you can see he went from $200 to $800. Okay, because he 4 times his income. Okay, so let's see here.
Ali says, I've made almost 3,000 so far, but I've been on since 2016. I have a few designs on currently. Is the accelerator going to be good, or is it too basic?
Probably too basic. You can take it And you'll get some. What I find too, though, is that what people do is when they get to basics and they think, oh, why am I doing all these products right now that Elke's telling me to make? Well, the products, I have to tell you something in terms of what to put on the products, but there are the top selling products. So if you go into the e-commerce accelerator and you just have the product list, you can already take your store and you can say, these products are not things that I'm consistently making in my store. Oops, right? And so you can already apply that. And then also what's happened with many of the course members, and can attest to this, is that when they go back to the basics, which is always part of everything that I teach, they'll realize that they're doing something that's very specifically wrong, and that they could be easily fixing, and then they can all of a sudden see sales. And that's happened a lot. And there's so many posts, maybe I should actually put that in the presentation, but there's so many things where they say, I didn't realize the first time I went through the training that I didn't hear that, and then I didn't implement it. And then the second statement is always, I am a seasoned Zazzler who's been on Zazzle for a long time. I did not realize all the things that I wasn't doing effectively. And so give it a shot and see. It's $100. $97.
Hopefully I'm saying the name properly. Felicia asked, when having a store already, would it be smart to start with a new store when starting the PDA, or can you use your current one?
That depends on whether or not your current store is already very branded and settled in terms of what product types you offer. A lot of people are going to start a new store, which I show you how to do very easily, and just for the fun of it, and see how you go. And then, but make sure that you make a title up, or sorry, a name of the store up that can work, because that's what happened to a lot of our course members. They go, now my sample store, they keep calling it sample store, that I did with your course is making more money than my original store. And so, yeah, so be careful when you set it up, but that's my recommendation. Okay. Yeah, well, and then Erica said something really nice in the chat here. She's one of our course members, and she said that she's making, Erica, I need to make a month
she's totally committed by February 2020 to make 4,000.
Yeah.
But then she also says,
and that's one of our course members, and she's moving up. Yeah. And she also had some time where she wasn't able to be part of it, so she's excited. So she knows the potential. She's been in the course already. Now she's getting the updated part, or the whole updated course, and they know, because we over deliver and we help people make things happen on Zazzle. So the people, thank you so much for all of our members who are on right now to give some advice to people who are on the fence. But you have two decisions, yes or no. That's it. There's not a, oh, which course should I take or whatever. Profit by Design Academy, and today, yes. Because that's how it goes. Otherwise, you can't move forward in your business. You'll just continue as you are. And the reason you're here is because you wanted to know something new and different. And yes, I gave you a ton of strategies, but do you want to do that all by yourself? Do you want to not have, like, would you rather have someone that you could ask those questions to, or ask whether it's us or in the group? There's going to be so much help and support. And then it won't take you a week to figure something out, or you'd never figure it out because you did it, you thought it was good, but it actually never worked. And then you have thousands and thousands of products that you don't have any clue as to what is going on that's wrong. The system, the strategy works, the business plan works, and it's just a matter of deciding, is this the time that it's going to happen for you, or is it another time in the future, which is fine. But I want to make sure that you understand, we're closing the enrollment. We're going to leave it open for maybe about a week, but then people will be too far behind. So it closes within about a week, if not, and why not be there ready to go this Monday? So you get full access right from the beginning. Don't feel that you're already overwhelmed the minute you start. It's just the way it is. Pounce was the new and aha moment for me. Yes. And this is the same thing. You have to pounce on this. This is exactly the same. And I'm not comfortable selling. You just have to trust the people who are in this group. For 2 years, we've been helping them because they're our course members. They're always going to be taken care of. Do you want to be taken care of? Do you want step-by-step processes? Do you want to know the strategies that we use to be successful online on Zazzle? Do you want the lists of products that you should be making? Do you want your life to be made easier, not harder by not doing it and getting frustrated? Okay, so the link is in the chat. And we are going to head out because there are no actual questions. We were hoping for like a nice discussion, which we love to do. We love helping.
We just, Ali has one more thing. They say, thanks for the insight. Does the PDA contain all of the accelerator topics, or are both completely different?
The PDA does have them, but then we add to them. So and that's why I say in the first 3 modules, you may or may not actually be getting to the point where you're already accelerating your income the same way as Brandon did, because we are going back to basics, and we're going to spend a lot of time on the basics so that everyone is exactly at the same spot in terms of their training skills, and therefore knows what they're doing. But we talk about product creation, promotion, branding, setting up your store. But then after that, we add to it. We go into depth with production. We go into depth with promotion. We go into depth with designing. We go into depth with goals and mindset. We go into depth with like tracking your sales, creating profit product strategy, all kinds of things. So the ECA content is in, and the same training, like little mini videos, but then there'll be extra videos or more modules that will come and add on to that basic training. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Ali. It looks like you're really interested, just financially not sure where to go as to where you should invest your hard-earned money, which I totally get. But I want you to also understand that it's really important that at some points it may seem a little bit of a stretch, like Anne said, but it's all worth it as long as you can put the time into it. So if you feel more comfortable saying, I'm better prepared if I start in January, which I think we're going to do one in January or March, but I'm not sure. But then again, think about what happens if I start in January or March. Then it's terrible because everybody else has had all this training and you are starting out 4 to 6 months later. And it takes 3 to 4 months for your products to settle in and start to create traction on Zazzle, unless you have one of these pop-up bestsellers like we did with the email production party. And so you have to, we're being realistic. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We're here for the long haul. We are here to set your business up for the long haul. And you can see even Brandon made like a couple $100s in the first 3 months, but then after that, his income started to soar because of the things that he implemented properly from the beginning. Okay, so does that answer your question, Ali? And then after that, we can move forward and say goodbye because we've been on for 2 hours. Two and a bit. We need to kick off. We need to go.
Donna just asked a question, but I will answer that by typing.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. What we want to do is just quickly one more time give you the website in case, because we've been talking for a very long time. And I just wanted to give you this one here. And are we sharing the screen already? No. You have to share the screen, otherwise it's useless. We're going to put it in the chat one more time. And here is the page. So this will be where you go to sign up for the Profit by Design Academy, elkeclarke.mykajabi.com/PDA, and that has to be in capitals. And we welcome you to be part of the Academy, which starts September 16th, 2019. If you're watching this as a replay and you've wanted to be in, check it out, see when the replay is that you're watching, and you may still get a chance to be in, but we are closing enrollment when we have the limited number of people. And if you can also pre-order for the next Academy, it's just that we will not be in a position to take more students on if you're not in this 10-week Academy that starts on September 16th, 2019. You can probably be in the Academy or start until, like, if you may have till about 2 weeks from now, like so into the second and third last week of September, if you still want to join and catch up. But that's it. Then after that, enrollment is closed, and we will send out an enrollment date and put it in the chat later. But we also want to make sure that as many people as possible can enroll because of our because we are closing it down for the rest of the year and not having another academy. So elkeclarke.com, Elke Clarke, mykajabi.com/PDA. I'll get it, I promise. But this is the only thing that I have trouble with. Everything else, as you can see, I've been talking for 2.5 hours. I know what I'm talking about, and I would love to be able to help you, to take you on your Zazzle journey to where you need to go so that you can love what you're doing, get the income and payment for what you are doing with the Zazzle business, so that you can have the financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom. So thank you so much for joining us.
Bye. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being online with us.
Yeah, actually, we should just do the stop share for a minute.
There we go.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. I'm Elke Clarke.
And I'm Jen Clarke.
And we will see you in the Profit by Design Academy.
Bye.